Hello and welcome to Stoic Relationship. Have you ever been in an intimate moment when your penis didn't get erect as expected? You're not alone. This is far more common than you may realize. And while it can feel uncomfortable, it's nothing to stress over in this video. We'll share practical tips to help you navigate these moments, calmly maintain confidence and preserve intimacy with your partner. Sexuality encompasses much more than penetration, and there are countless ways to enjoy these moments, making them meaningful and pleasurable. But before we dive in like this video, and if you're new here, subscribe for more in-depth psychological facts about human behavior and sexuality, especially for those over 50, to help you embrace a life filled with love and pleasure, and leave a comment saying, "I subscribed," so we can welcome you personally. It's essential to understand that your masculinity isn't defined by the ability to maintain an erection. Think of your sex life like a car. A car has many parts: the engine, tires, steering wheel, seats, and more. If a tire goes flat, does that mean the car is useless? Of course not. You fix the tire and keep driving. The same goes for your sex life. If an erection doesn't happen one day, it doesn't mean you're broken. Stress, fatigue, heavy meals, work, or family worries can all impact sexual performance. But none of these things diminish your value as a man. Sexual satisfaction isn't limited to penetration. There are many ways to give and receive pleasure. Touches, kisses, caresses, and oral sex can be just as fulfilling for both you and your partner. Here's something you might not know. Most women don't see the lack of an erection as a major issue, as long as you remain present and connected. It's often our own insecurities that make it feel like a bigger problem than it really is. Women value emotional connection, intimacy, and the effort to provide pleasure in different ways. Imagine you're at a party and you accidentally trip. You might feel embarrassed, but if you get up with confidence, you can turn it into a funny story. The same goes for an erection that doesn't happen. It might seem like a big deal at first, but it's all in how you handle it. When you notice an erection isn't happening, the first thing to do is stay calm. Anxiety only makes the situation worse. Take a deep breath and let go of the pressure. Instead of forcing an erection, focus on creating a relaxed and enjoyable atmosphere. Staying calm sets the stage for trust and comfort with your partner. Be open, even light-hearted about it. You could say something like, "Looks like we're having a little technical issue today, but let's enjoy our time in other ways." This reduces tension and makes the moment feel more natural. Use the opportunity to explore other forms of intimacy. Gentle touches, caresses, and affectionate exploration can keep the connection alive. If possible, humor can lighten the mood. Not necessarily jokes, but a positive, easygoing attitude. The way you approach these moments can turn what might feel like an uncomfortable situation into something you both look back on fondly. So when an erection doesn't happen, stay calm, be honest, and focus on enjoying the moment in new ways. What matters most is how you face the challenge and use it to strengthen your connection with your partner. Imagine you're deeply engaged in a board game when suddenly your main piece breaks. Rather than throwing in the towel, you quickly adapt. Maybe by finding another piece or altering your strategy to keep the fun alive when an erection doesn't happen. It can feel similar to that broken game piece. However, there are countless alternative ways to maintain the excitement and ensure pleasure continues. One fantastic option is oral sex, where you can use your mouth and tongue to deliver intense pleasure to your partner. Many women find that oral stimulation can lead them to orgasm, creating a deeply satisfying and exhilarating experience. The key is to explore her body with your tongue, paying close attention to how she responds, as every woman has her own unique preferences. Start with gentle, slow touches, carefully exploring different areas and observing her reactions. There's no need to stick to a script. The most important thing is to tune in to your partner's responses and adapt your technique accordingly. If you notice she enjoys a specific type of touch or movement, continue to explore that area further. In addition to oral stimulation, manual techniques can also provide immense pleasure. Focusing on the clitoris and G-spot can be particularly rewarding. The clitoris, known for its sensitivity, can lead to powerful orgasms when stimulated correctly for G-spot. Stimulation: gently use your fingers inside her vagina, exploring with a soft touch while paying attention to how she responds. The key here is gentleness and flexibility in adapting to her preferences. While you explore these alternatives, prioritize creating a pleasurable and connected experience. Use soft touches, caresses, and non-verbal communication to ensure your partner feels good and satisfied. The aim is to transform the moment into something positive, regardless of whether an erection occurs. Now picture playing a card game and suddenly realizing that your hand isn't as strong as you hoped. Instead of justifying your poor cards to the other players, you play the best game you can with what you've been dealt in a similar vein. When an erection doesn't happen, it's crucial to focus on the moment and avoid explanations that could heighten tension. It's natural to want to explain what's happening, but phrases like, "I'm nervous," or "this has never happened to me before," can create unnecessary discomfort and anxiety for both of you. Instead, concentrate on the pleasure you can still share by shifting the focus to other forms of intimacy. You foster a more relaxed environment, showing your partner that you're committed to the experience and eager to enjoy the moment together. If you feel the urge to say something, keep it brief and positive. A simple, "Let's explore other forms of pleasure and see what we can enjoy together," can redirect attention away from the erection and help you both feel more at ease, eliminating any sense of guilt or embarrassment. Staying calm and focusing on shared pleasure transforms the situation into a more natural and enjoyable experience, eliminating the need for lengthy explanations when an erection doesn't meet expectations. Oral sex is an excellent way to ensure that pleasure remains at the forefront for both partners. This method involves using your mouth, tongue, and lips to stimulate her, creating an incredibly effective and intimate experience. Begin with gentle exploratory touches, caressing and exploring the area around the clitoris and vulva. Pay attention to her reactions. If she seems relaxed and satisfied, continue your current approach. If she shifts positions or emits different sounds, this may signal the need for an adjustment in your technique. Variation is key in oral sex. Don't get stuck in one pattern. Experiment with different movements using your tongue and lips, alternating between gentle and firmer touches or switching from circular to straight movements. Observing her responses will guide you in discovering what works best for her, ensuring a memorable and pleasurable experience for both of you. In addition to stimulating the clitoris, there are numerous other sensitive areas around the vulva that invite exploration. Delving into the inner walls of the vagina with your tongue can introduce an entirely different sensation that many women find incredibly pleasurable. If you notice she is responding positively, continue this journey of discovery, expanding your focus to include these areas. Communication during oral sex doesn't have to rely solely on words. The way you perceive your partner's reactions and adapt your technique is a powerful form of non-verbal communication. If you notice that a particular movement is eliciting a positive response, maintain that rhythm. Converse lie. If her reactions indicate discomfort or disinterest, don't hesitate to adjust your approach. The ultimate goal of oral sex is to provide immense pleasure and ensure that the moment remains special and memorable. By prioritizing attentiveness and adaptability, you can offer an exceptionally satisfying experience even in the absence of a full erection. When the penis isn't functioning as expected, exploring new avenues of stimulation can profoundly enhance the sexual experience and deepen the emotional connection with your partner. Experiment with various types of touch. Using your tongue and lips, play with different pressures and rhythms, responding to her feedback rather than adhering to a single technique. Discover how subtle adjustments in your touch can amplify pleasure, whether through gentle caresses or firmer movements. Depending on her preferences, breathing can also significantly enhance the experience. Try synchronizing your breath with the rhythm of your movements. Deep, controlled breaths during stimulation can create a more intimate and engaging sensation. This harmony between touch and breathing can heighten the overall experience, making it feel more profound and connected. Combine different stimulation techniques to keep the experience lively and exciting. Use the tip of your tongue to trace intricate patterns around the clitoris and vulva, then switch to broad strokes with your tongue. This variation not only keeps things interesting but can also elevate the intensity of pleasure, keeping your partner on the edge of delight. Pay close attention to how your partner reacts, adjusting your touch and breathing as needed, being attuned to her. Responses allows you to fine-tune your technique to maximize her pleasure, transforming the moment into a shared experience of joy and intimacy, even when facing challenges with erections. I hope you found today's tips on navigating erection difficulties and discovering new forms of pleasure helpful. Now I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever experienced a similar situation? How did you navigate it? Please share your stories or questions in the comments so we can keep this important conversation going. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Your likes are incredibly valuable as they help YouTube understand that our content is relevant and enables it to reach more people who could benefit from this information. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now is the perfect time. Subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you won't miss any updates. We've got plenty of insightful videos coming your way. Thank you so much for watching and see you in our next video.